Hey friend, today is Friday, October 4th. It's a little after 2 o'clock, about 2:17 in the afternoon, and I'm making bread. I don't know if you can hear it or not, but we have generators running in the background. Last Friday on October 4th, no, I'm sorry, on the 27th of September, Hurricane Helene made its way from the Gulf of Mexico and came across and hit our area really hard. It devastated our town tremendously, not just our town, but the southeast in general. We're very fortunate. I'll show you some clips of some trees in our yard. My parents, they were hit really hard. Very fortunate, very blessed that nothing hit their house. Our house is fine. We're going to have probably new shingles on our entire roof. We lost a good bit of shingles. Some estimates said that we had wind that was about 105 miles per hour. And anyway, we are without power still. Very fortunate to have a generator that we can run. I can run basic electricity, and we can keep our freezers and refrigerator going. We do have hot water. No. We have water. We do not have hot water. So I am making bread, and I'm actually going to attempt, I don't know if you noticed in one of my other, excuse what I'm wearing, I'm dressed to stay cool because we don't have air conditioning. So this is a Ninja double oven. I just purchased this not long ago, and I've tested it. Two of these glass pans, and these are Pyrex. I have several people, they'll ask me about these pans. They'll say, where did you get these pans? I've had these a long time. I've probably had these at least 10 years. They're a Pyrex brand. They're a 9 by 4 inch, I believe. They're really great. I think they're available on Amazon. I'll look if there is. I'll put a link. I recommend checking yard sales and thrift stores, Salvation Army or Goodwill to look for these. I don't know if they actually make them quite like this anymore. They're hard to find. But 2 of these will fit in this little oven. So I'm going to try it. I had intended to make bread Thursday night before the storm hit. That was like one of my goals. And I think I ended up making cookies instead, my cookie recipe where I freeze the dough balls. And I actually baked some of those yesterday. But the generator will run the little oven. I've rotated running my Ankarsrum and my mill. I didn't have any hot water, so I turned on the Keurig and I ran water through it so I'd have some warm water to put in with my recipe. I'm using just the standard recipe. I'll put the link to the recipe that I'm using for this. It's the one that I use all the time for my family. It's the 1,800 grams of hard red, hard white combination, and then your other ingredients. This video isn't necessarily about my bread. I'm going to put some clips up. These videos just from the storm, showing you our area in case you're curious. These are pictures and videos that I did not necessarily take to put in the YouTube platform. If I'm going to film for you on my phone, I have to turn it this way. Or if I'm filming something like for Facebook or to send my family, I film this way. So when I show you footage that has the black on each side, that's because I was holding my phone this way. My parents were out of town, and so I was taking a lot of footage for them to send them so that they could see. I had to go out of town. Thankfully, my mother-in-law has her fiber was underground, so she didn't lose fiber. Cell service here, we have a lot of towers that are down. There's a lot of things that we can't even do online on our phones right now, but we are very fortunate. I'm not complaining at all. So anyway, I'm kind of nervous and excited to see how this bread is going to turn out in the little oven, and I thought I would just put this out here for you to see in case you're interested. Maybe you're shopping for oven. I'll put a link to it, and then I'll also include some pictures and some dialogue of our yard and then my parents' yard. My parents, the property that they bought, They just bought some wooded land, and they cleared a little spot in the middle of it for their house and my dad's shop. And it is a miracle. It's an absolute miracle that, and I know they're not the only ones, but when we first went over to their house to inspect it, I cried. I cried. It was just that amazing that there was nothing on their house. So I'll show you some footage of that as well. So the Lord is good. And I will keep you, I'm going to stop the video for now. And once I get my brake on, I will show you that as well. Okay, so I had somebody ask me how hot the flour gets. It's still climbing. So, it's 100 and about 116. So there you go. Put that on the comment to the person that asked me about it. I forgot that I don't need to run both at the same time, so that's why I turned that off. And I'm sorry you can't see inside the bowl. I'm filming on my computer. I'll show it to you a little bit close up once I finish doing everything. Okay, I had to turn my lights down. I felt like it was gonna trip the breaker. So there's my dough ball. Sorry, I'm filming with my computer. This video is not about, this video isn't necessarily about my bread and how I'm making bread. It's the same recipe I always use. Like I said, I'll put the link. But if you're curious about my other videos on my channel, I do mill wheat and make bread for my family. That's one thing we do eat other junky stuff. Like I've got several boxes of Little Debbie's. My brother's coming in tonight and they're going to be working on trees all day tomorrow. So I bought some junky snacks for them to have while they're out working. And then also too, you know, I want to have the healthy bread to help offset, you know, when we eat things that we really probably shouldn't eat. So yes, stay tuned for the bread in the little oven and the other videos. I'll put those in. Okay, so the bread has risen and I'm about to put it, here it is. It's hard to tell because of the angle and the bad lighting, but I'm going to turn my little oven on to 350 degrees. I'll bake 2 loaves at the time. I've got to turn the lights off because I don't want anything interfering with the power that's being pulled to the little oven. So we'll see how it works out. Okay, I know the lighting is terrible, but I'm going to put in my 2 biggest loaves. It's preheated. Okay, it's on convection bake. Let's see, can you see? Oh, it's hard to see. So it's still got some room around the top of the oven. So with this, I'm having to bake 2 and then 2. Okay, they're done. I've cooked both rounds. The one closest to the, oops, he just killed the power. I'm sorry, I told him he could turn it off. The one closest to here is more dark. Sorry, I was turning on the lights. The one that was closest to the right, which is where the heat comes from, it ended up being more dark than the one on the left. Let me see. I'll have to show it to you when I get power back on in a little bit. I don't know if you can tell from the lighting. Okay, but overall, I'm pleased. Not the prettiest loaves, but hey, they'll eat. Okay. I'm sorry for the lighting. I had to come outside. Look at our trees that are down. We've already taken out, I think, 2 from back there. But this is the bread. This one is already cut. Actually, the first set of loaves, they ended up staying in there for maybe 27 minutes or so. So I figured out that, so in that oven, if you look at it on the right side, and I'll try to do a demo video on the oven, but on the right side is the fan that turns to push the heat out. So the 2 loaves, so these are the 2 darker loaves. I don't know if you can tell from the lighting. These were the ones that were close, they were on the right side near the fan. And I couldn't tell, it was dark in the kitchen because I didn't want to turn the lights on. I was afraid I'd trip the breaker. This, I believe the lighter side, this was the side that was the farthest away from the from that heating fan element. So they baked like this in the oven. I'm pleased with it, you know, not complaining at all. This is the inside of the cut. There's the crumb. This may have been the one that cooked a little too long. It looks a little overdone at the top, you can see, but I just sliced that much of it and it's being consumed as I speak to you. So you can see how much of it's already been eaten. So anyway, the little Ninja oven, I feel like overall it did a good job. And I know now if I'm ever in a position where I need to use my countertop oven, that it definitely has the room to make bread. So, yay.